Hi everyone, thanks for joining. We'll start with Keith from Sky Sports News, please.
Thank you. Hi, Roy.
Hi.
Hi, well done today. Given the close proximity of the teams in the table, how big a win was that for your team?
Yeah, it was a big one. There's no doubt about that. And we've been stuck on 23 points for a little while now, or close to 23 points. So it was good to move away from that total. And obviously, a team like Wolves they're going to climb the table sooner or later with the quality of players they have and the organisation they have. So to beat them here today and take 3 points from them is very, very important.
Obviously, the big moment in the game was the goal. How much has Eze improved since you signed him in the summer? He looks as though he's been a real steal for you.
I think he's a player who's going to improve all the time, and he's only improving in the sense that we're not improving his technical ability. He's got a good idea of what's happening in the game and what's around him and where the next pass should be. Where I think he's improving is in playing around other players of similar ability, but most importantly of all, he's getting used to the intensity of the Premier League and all the other things that the Premier League requires from you. And one of those, at least in our situation, is that work rate, that determination to get back into good defensive positions and close people down and then recover your position when they play around you. And they're the type of things I think that he's making major strides forward with. And that's just quite simply because he's moved up a gear by playing in the Premier League now.
Palace often busy on transfer deadline day. Do you expect to be busy over the next couple of days? Can we expect to see anyone arrive?
I don't think so. I mean, I think I might even contest that we're busy on the final day of the transfer. I mean, I don't know there's been too many of those recently either. We've been pretty much content with the group of players we have, and we've worked with them. But all I can say is, like everybody else, you keep your eyes and ears open, and I'm certain that Doug Freedman and Steve Parish in particular are on top of anything that might be going on. And it would be foolish to say we will never do anything, but I don't think there's any particular panic either to get somebody else through the door because we have a good squad.
Last one from me, Roy. There's some reports in Spain this morning that Guaita has agreed a pre-contract with Real Sociedad. There were also some conflicting reports that he'd been offered it but hadn't yet agreed it. Are you able to clear that up for us at all?
I can't. No, that's a new one on me. So I wasn't even aware, quite frankly, perhaps I should be, that his contract was running out. I was under the impression that he was under contract to us, but I'd have to check that one up, I'm afraid.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe you'd like to check it up as well, just in case before you go out there, because he might not be in a position to sign a pre-contract with anyone.
Yeah, okay, will do. Thank you very much. Well done today.
Thank you.
Okay, if you have a question, if you can use the emoji, please. Matt Woosnam from The Athletic.
Hi, Roy.
Hi.
You changed your formation today from sort of a I suppose 4-4-2 to a 4-2-3-1. I just wondered whether that was something that you did particularly to for this game in relation to something that Wolves were doing or likely to do, or whether that was just a general thing that you felt needed a change generally and you felt that was going to give you the best chance of winning.
Yeah, it's a good question, that one, because there's a little bit of both. I mean, obviously we know how good Moutinho and Neves, I mean, we knew that one of them would play, possibly even both, were coming deep and getting the ball, and how they, like Connor Cody, are very good at switching play and very good with their long ball. So it was good to have someone around them. And also, of course, we also think that Eberechi Eze, he's not a winger. So we thought that, in that position, with Wilf to one side of him and Jordan to the other, with a target-like centre forward who spent most of his time around Connor Cody or very central, it might work out for us and get us on the ball more. We might get the ball into him behind their midfielders, and it would give us defensively a bit more pressure, perhaps, on Moutinho and Dendoncker. it's a viable system, and I think we could certainly get it to work. But I thought we were probably better when we actually went back to what we've been doing, and Eberechi went out into a position as a wide midfielder, and Wilf went up top alongside Jordan Ayew. I thought that probably we were slightly better in that respect, but it's not something which I wouldn't try to do again, because I think it's got possibilities, that way of playing or that tweak in our system. But we probably need a bit more time to work on it than we've had on this occasion.
And just on that, how much would you put the change in formation down to the victory today? Like, I mean, there were a lot of individual performances that were very good today. How much of it was just generally that your team were better than perhaps they might have been in previous games where you haven't won and you haven't come away with any points, and stay where you have? What would you say is you know, in that sense, do you think it's more down to formation, or is it other things as well?
No, I think the first, point, you've partly answered the question for me. I don't think it was due to the formation at all. I think it was due to performances, individual performances. But I'm getting a little bit tired also of saying in previous games, we lost at Man City. I'm sorry to say that at the moment, we're not alone in losing at Man City, and it's going to be very, very hard for us to go up there and beat them until such time as they become an awful lot weaker than they are at the moment. As far as the West Ham game's concerned, we played again a team that I thought were better than us and played very well. And we weren't as good in the first half as we could have been, because we did get better in the second half. But certainly today, if you compare our performance with the West Ham performance, which I think is a more relevant thing to do than to keep bringing Man City into the equation, I thought we were better in every respect. I thought we passed the ball better. I thought our work rate was very, very good. And I thought, as you rightly said, some of the individual performances today were very notable, which unfortunately after the West Ham game, we didn't have quite as many notable good performances individually.
Thanks, Roy.
Pleasure.
Thank you. We'll go to Joe Doyle, Football London.
Hi, Roy. I just wanted to ask, you said yesterday that James Tompkins was seeing a specialist again. Is there any update on his situation?
No, I'm afraid I don't. I mean, I need to speak to the doctor about that. I was intending to do it tomorrow morning when we go back into training, so I'm afraid I can't update you at the moment. But certainly the good news is that I believe he saw a specialist yesterday. I'm not 100% certain of that, but that's what I have in my head that he was going to do. And if that was the case, the good news might be that the doctor hasn't pulled me aside today and given me any particular bad news. But I'll find out more tomorrow. So the next time we speak, which will probably be on Monday now, then I might be able to update you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions, please?